Okay, this is now live, and I'm back. As a media influencer, among many other titles, for Sapphire Entertainment and Industry Highlighter magazine. I really take pride in doing what I do. I love to highlight a lot of people doing extraordinary things in this world. Like my CEO and myself always say, we're just here to change the media game. And for me, I personally have a drive, whether it's developing solutions um, to promote people or just highlight things that are valuable to the world, you know, customizing, commercializing, networking, all that good stuff. And we just want to be able to basically put everything to the forefront so people can get highlighted that may not be getting seen or need just some more exposure. Hello, everybody. How are you? How are you? Thank you guys for coming in here. So today, we're going to have somebody that I was honored to meet a while back, and we've been having a lot of conversations, and he is definitely a very savvy individual. And I know he's looking and smiling. I hope so. And this gentleman, not only being savvy, he has creative passions. He is naturally talented, and I was impressed with his dedication and his skills of the way he projects his image and brings things to life. So I'm gonna go ahead and again, I'm still learning a lot more about him, so I'm gonna learn a lot more today too. Mr. Terry T. Hall Jr. is a radio personality, TV talk show host, comic book creator, and film director, born and raised in Chicago. I hope I got everything right. So if I messed up, I'm sure he will clear that up, and we're going to go ahead and try to get Mr. Hall on here so we can get some insight on his journey and the things. Entertainment business is so amazing, and we can't wait to hear what you have brought. And
Hello, how you doing today?
hello, Mr. Hall, how are you?
I'm blessed as always. How you doing today? Thank you. It's an honor to be on your show today.
Oh, well, we trying. We starting off, and we're building, and we're growing. Like I stated earlier, me and my CEO, Carol Coco Diggs, shout out to her.
Mm-hmm.
We like to represent an image of caring people who like to highlight extraordinary people doing extraordinary things. So a lot of the things that we do, we like to share the positive notes on people. We hate to do anything negative. We hate that. We don't even want to know the negative. We're just like everybody.
I think with, like I said, when it comes down to negativity, it builds up the person's character and motivation to do more better. And when the person's negative about that person is doing something right. That's why that person's negative.
Amen. Amen. So, Mr. Hall, tell us a little bit about, I know I had time to check out a little bit of your stuff, and we've had a lot of conversations about what you do. So we're going to start out, because I always like people to know who they're meeting, and then we go into all the other details of your career and your journey. Take us.
Only thing I gotta say, I have to thank God and also my team at the same time of this journey. I mean, a lot of people with my journey played a lot of part. I gotta definitely give them credit for that as well.
Right. Amen. Amen. I love that one. We have to realize that we have to give thanks to our Father God for because without Him, we ain't going nowhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's talk a little bit about your radio and your talk show. And then we'll go into your comic book and your film directing and all that other stuff. So tell us a little bit about your
Actually, I'm a radio personality, which I was at WAN Studio 20 for 5 years when I was living in Atlanta. So definitely I got to get shout out for George Jones for giving me that opportunity to build the brand, the name, and everything else that is behind this. Because it wasn't from him giving me that chance, and also ended up getting my press credentials, I wouldn't be in the position I'm in right now.
Well, shouts out to you. I'm really excited about all the things that you're doing because you're doing so much, and I know you're very busy. So thank you for even being here right now. Because
I mean, I thank you for having me, as this guest. So that's a big honor and a humble one.
It's no problem. So how long have you been doing radio personality?
Man, I've been in it. I started, like I said, 5 years at WAD, worked at other radio stations. It's going on like 10 to 15 years now. And then that working with production companies to do my TV talk show, which we'll be doing it in Chicago. So I'm very excited about that.
What are the ins and outs of a radio personality?
Wow, see, this is what people don't understand. When they get into the radio, the broadcasting field, it's a lot of responsibility because you got to build your name, your show, the station. You just cannot sit at the station all the time behind the mic. You have to really get out and do the work. Do the actual field work. The locations, the interviews. Get the guests to be on the show. You got to make it make sense.
Right. And you said you've been doing this for how long again?
5 years, going on 15.
Give us an example of the most memorable moment as a radio personality.
I say that's 1,000 memories because I caused a lot of trouble. But it worked. I can say it actually worked. It worked. It actually worked. Because the day I started, the owner's like, you know what, you're going to be trouble. I can see it in you, but you got the potential. And he didn't lie about that, because when I did my show, it was just like real unscripted stuff, unbelievable stuff. Because
everything just was authentic. You just came like bam.
Right.
I like it when we can be authentic because people can feel comfortable when you're talking to them because they're like, I got their true self. Right. I'm talking to a really down-to-earth individual, and it makes people feel relaxed. And I personally love to make people feel relaxed.
Because he said, do what you do best. I say, you really don't want me to do what I do best, but okay, you like it, I love it. So I did. I did.
And why did you make that statement?
To me, it was like, you don't want me to do it because I'm going to do it because I'm hard-headed. I am going to push that envelope. I'm going to really give people something to talk about and think too at the same time.
Okay. So
and it worked.
You say hard. When you say hard-headed, what like, is it a bad hard-headed or is it just like
both?
I'm stubborn and I'm gonna do what I do.
Both because he want me to be me, and it was like, ooh, you really want that, but he got it. He loved it.
Oh, okay, I understand. So I see that you also did TV show, talk show host, excuse me.
Yeah, because like I
Um,
said, I actually in the works of working on my new TV talk show, so it's going to be more fun and interesting on that direction.
so what is that like? What is that going to entail? Or is it
I'm actually going to go
talking?
like it's good. It's going to call it Charity Hall Junior Show, but celebrity talk. So definitely, I'm going with the whole Johnny Carson old school way, sitting behind the desk, having special celebrities, live performances, and other stuff.
Wow, that's interesting. So I see you worked with a long list of people
Oh yeah,
in your journey.
oh yeah. That's what people don't understand. Being humble and grateful. Throughout my journey has been like a true blessing.
Give us an example of, if you're able to, that is, of some of the people you have worked with and what it was like.
I mean, once, like I tell people, when you get that media pass, you're in the end game. That's open access to everything. So covering, WNBA basketball games, NBA games, going to the Grammys, uh, private movie premieres, everything, red carpet, all that stuff.
Yeah, it
And
can
that's
be
a
very
true honor.
interesting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh
very
yeah.
exciting. I've had, of course, the same experience, and I tell people, um, it's work. It's not, oh my God, I'm here, I'm here. Oh, there's such and such, and losing your mind because you get to meet somebody, because everybody is human, and our work is our passions.
Mm-hmm.
So it's on a different scale. So I definitely can relate. I may have not met as many people as you have, but in my spirit, in my spirit I have, and that's even better because it's like a different touch. So,
Mm-hmm. It's to me, it's like a weird feeling, you
mhm,
know, in a way, but it's like it's a reality check at the same time.
yeah, because I know before I had got into what I do, and I'm still in my journey. Um, I used to see people on TV, and this is the old me, young me. Oh my goodness, if I met them in person, I might faint, or they're not real people. They're in a TV that I'm watching that now they came to life like a big teddy bear sitting on your bed, and it decides to get up and start playing with you for real. And when I actually got there that very first day, it was like, oh, this is cute. This is nice. It wasn't like I thought it was gonna be, but it was a blessing.
I just say to me it was weird because when I'm like on media coverage or whatever I'm doing, people just stop and stare and look at me like, oh my God, that's Russell Simmons.
Really?
Yeah. So everybody kept on giving me Russell Simmons throughout everything I've done. I mean, Lord Jesus.
Wow. How'd that feel?
I don't know. I'm used to it. I'm
Yeah.
used to it. So it was like, oh wow, that's Russell. No, I'm not Russell Simmons, but yeah, we'll
Like,
figure it
no,
out.
I'm not Russell Simmons. Have you had the pleasure to meet Mr. Simmons?
No, not yet.
Okay. So take us into your film director. What's
Now,
that
I
about?
mean, the whole direction, because like I said, since I'm in media, I say, well, let me go into, production now, in the film production direction now, because, I'm a big comic book geek fan, and also I'm a comic book author, because me and Steve Clark created Dark Age. So I
Okay.
created this whole universe with other people as well. That's what I said, I have one of the team. So me being the creator, of Dark Age now, Galaxy Hood, Hood Wars, Shank, and Resurrection. Now we officially in production because Resurrection is our first production. We're working on right now, and the weird part of it, by me being the creator, I'm in like the meetings with the producer, film production, the directors, who's going to do how the storyboard is going to look, like I said, we're in those type of processes right now, because right now we're going over the script, for the trailer for Resurrection.
Wow. And what give us a sample of what you said,
Resurrection.
What was it?
Resurrection.
What is this about?
Resurrection is about betrayal, loyalty, dishonor. It talks a lot about it, but it's the death of a superhero who was betrayed by one of his fellow members of the team.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
that's deep. And then this was written and directed by you, or
no? It's created by me, but it's written by Bobby Nash.
Oh,
okay. So
are you one of the characters?
No, I mean, I'm just doing my favorite cameo appearance and call it a day in each and every one of them.
Okay.
So it's just a cameo for me.
So you're more into comic than anything when it comes to film.
Right.
So is the comic just the comic book, or is it going to be
after we do the whole comic book thing, it's going to go into comic book, animation, all that other stuff, the other process. And also we're looking at, Comic Cons and other stuff as well with this type of stuff.
So what drives you into comic?
I mean, it kept me out of trouble since I was a kid.
Okay, that's a way to stay out of trouble.
That was the only way to keep me out of trouble for doing other things.
Take us on that journey when you were a kid and you knew that doing this was going to get you in trouble. And
I mean, because basically,
comic.
I had to thank my parents and my whole family, because basically they played a bigger part in my journey. Because I'm the oldest of 7, and also I'm a spoiled brat as well. So I mean,
I think we know that by now, Mr. Hall. I think we clarified that early in the conversation.
Yeah, so by being that, is like, I say it's not a bad thing, but it's a good thing, because, I was always a busybody. And that was like the only way to really tell me, to really get me to really sit down. That was the only way.
So would you draw your characters? Are you into that?
Yeah, I used to do that when I was growing up. That was getting me in trouble. Everything was, but it's actually now as an adult, it's actually paying off.
So you took your way of living and turned it into comic. I'm not mad at you. That is beautiful.
But the real true story, when I was at high school, my art teacher at high school was like, "You're never going to make it like this." Look where I'm at now.
So how many books have you had published?
Dark Age was my very first comic book, and now I'm going with now, since, like I said, I'm in media and stuff, I'm just going to straight to film and TV series because I have that access because I'm in media. So with that access in media, so I could work with production companies to get things that direction, and they like it because I'm bringing something fresh and something new.
Right. I got to look over a little bit of your cover, which was very,
I just gotta say that the art people who design stuff, I have to thank them because they're a part of the vision as well.
well. You all did a great job. If you see this, I really like it. Mr. Hall has really been pushing this comic, and I think I started talking to you about 3 months ago regarding it. 3 or 4 months ago. Yeah, and I like it. I like it.
I appreciate that.
So let's talk about your featured cover that you was inside of this Icon magazine.
Oh yeah, Icon magazine by Bardano when I was in Atlanta. True crazy story about that. Because me being, everybody gave me the name as the bad boy of radio in Atlanta. Because I run something different to the table when it came to radio broadcast.
Oh wow!
When you bring something different, like shut down church and chicken restaurant, had the police come on your radio show for misunderstanding and crazy stuff. Yeah, stuff like that. Travels.
Right, and that's something that stays with you forever.
Yeah, and also when you put the owner of the radio station on blast at the same time. Yeah,
All right now. So let's talk about some of your nominations. You were nominated for several different things.
I accomplished a lot of nominations, like I said, ATL when I was in line, ATL Honors for 3 times. Black Man announcement, but now also I'm nominated for History Month.
Oh, right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. So have you received any awards in the past?
You know what? I'm not big on awards. People know who I do and my achievement. That's enough.
Yeah, just being nominated for anything. That's like, whoa. People wish they can get nominated for best dress or anything. It's like, I got nominated. Yay.
I mean, I'm not really big on awards. I'm really not.
I know that you always talk about in our conversations that we had that you love to see people win. It's always about seeing people do their best and keeping them alert with the things that can happen in the industry, because there's things that can turn you from your journey. But I know that it stuck with me when you were identifying your ability to stay level-headed and continue the path in which you were being led. So let's talk about the power and the drive inside of you that keeps you sustained in this journey without falling. Bring us there.
I mean, now because I'm older and wiser, and like I said, already seen the ins and outs, the back, how this industry works, I still standing. I'm still humble. I'm still blessed because I could have went to another direction, but I don't. I just want to be open, honest, and transparent with people to make everything make sense.
I love it. I know you had a great conversation with me several times, and that was very inspiring. I want people to know that's watching right now that he came real, he came raw, But I love when a person can be raw, because I rather the raw truth than sugarcoating the reality
I
of
mean, the
certain
reason why
things.
I'm like this because it's the way my upbringing was. My mom was uncut and raw about life. My whole family is about uncut and raw about life. So this is, like I said, when you was taught and born and raised this way, it makes perfect sense.
Mhm. Wow. You know, and the thing that I was looking at, how a lot of us um, are starting to try to open more doors for each one of us. And it was hard. It was hard back in the day for African Americans to even get on television. It was hard for us to get a break, and just our attitude, our bone structures, our movement up on earth was intimidating to others. And the doors I know that are open now, we have so much opportunities now. And it's amazing. I remember, like, Robert Townsend. Remember when he would just help his people? Help, 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 help. And I really like it because the way he did it was very brilliant.
Hmm.
And this is me. This is how I see him. And he transcends into many different things: film, acting, stand up. And to him, he saw gifts in people. And if a lot
Hmm.
of us start seeing that in each other, I think it could be a better place, which is not going to happen. We know that that's kind of like a fairy
Well,
tale.
I mean, time has really changed. The
Very,
generations
very
have
much.
changed.
Very, yes. But we're
And I think
here.
this is like the biggest problem we have in not in the industry, also with our world, because everybody is so gripped now to technology. Oh, I'm in this industry, and because I know this person going to help you. No, you still got to put in the work for what you need to do. I'm still putting in the work, working on my productions. I'm still
Hmm.
putting in work of other things I'm involved in. I'm still putting in work, working behind the scenes with the writers, with scripts and stuff.
Yeah, I could imagine how much time and effort it takes to do all that.
Hmm.
And people don't realize power is sometimes stillness, if that makes sense.
It does,
Taking
and
time to
this is what
sit
people
back
don't
and
understand.
think.
I don't abuse my power. I don't. I don't abuse
We
my power
can't.
for similar reasons.
We can't. We can't. It was given to us for a reason. And the permission is like an open book. And is common sense not to abuse it. But
Hmm.
sadly, that a lot of people do that. And we just
Oh
have
yeah.
to learn to replenish ourselves and take time to feed our souls into the needs of personal care internally, and the
Hmm.
way we project ourselves. Because our image that we reflect is very valuable. And when we communicate, just like we're communicating here live, people that tap in and see, they're going to see natural. They're not going to see a fake conversation. They're not going to see a script writing. You might see us check off a couple of questions that we wanted to ask, but,
Hmm.
but to be inside of yourself and do what you have been blessed to do
Hmm.
is power. and we have to soak and let other people get the moisture right. It's like you take a like Epsom salt, Dr. Till, and you just soak it in your tub so your body can repurpose and you can cleanse yourself. You cleanse yourself with your power.
A lot of people
just
don't understand that though.
Yeah, they don't, but they can. They just have to give themselves the time to recollect their thoughts and just start building more information on their own. We can get information from each other, but that's when I go back to stillness. Sometimes we have to just sit there to self, and you'd be amazed how powerful you are as an individual. You don't need a crowd.
I'm not, and that's what people don't understand with me, because I'm basically a person to myself. I'll pop out whatever I feel like it. And that's what people don't understand, because one, I don't have nothing else to prove. I already accomplished so much stuff in my life, so I've been truly blessed. But now I'm at the point like, I pick and choose what I want to do.
I think I'm gonna do this on my own.
Right. I pick and choose what I want to do. And
yeah, you kind of.
That's what people don't understand. I'm at the pick. I can pick whatever I want and choose what I want to do nowadays, because I had to crawl before I had to walk. You know, now I've accomplished what I had to get. So let's keep it moving.
So, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
It's up to God.
I love it. You know, a lot of people will go dig deep into where they're going. What, and I don't knock that. I was shocked with your answer, but I'm like, he said God. A lot of us don't do that. A lot of us don't even look to God no more. Once we get somewhere, we forget. And I have to say, I have been guilty in times of, not that I wasn't looking to God, but I kind of let my mind fall and not remember, if it wasn't for God, I wouldn't even got up to do what I'm doing. You know, and I love that you said that, because again, whoever is watching, they might get a little bit of that and have to reflect their selves and say, he said God.
Because I don't know what's going to happen, because like I said, I've recently turned 50, so it's up to God now. Everything is up to God.
Well, you know what? I have this new saying. I always, I just started saying that because I started inspiring myself. And I said, it's vital that we aspire to get inspired, to develop compassion throughout life, and the act of caring, having the mind, the patience, the respect, the wisdom, and just giving more to self. I know that might be a little weird. I don't know. But I think
this is
I'm sticking to it.
This is the problem that people don't understand. You have to take care of yourself. You know, ain't being selfish, it makes perfect sense, because I took care of self all my life. And it worked.
And you know, some of us have it, and some of us are working on that, which is good. If you're starting now, I can actually say I'm guilty in some areas, but it's about jumping into it and beginning. There's always a beginning, and there's always guaranteed to be an end. But if you begin, at least you could say I started somewhere. Because being 50, I'm 50, and I had to start somewhere. And that's a good thing that you have always been that way, because you're able to share a little bit more information. And you seem very humble in your journey, and I like that. Very humble. So what does entertainment mean to you?
I think, I don't know, because like I said, dealing with today's entertainment, I'm not a big thrill of a fan. I'm not. Because you're teaching our young people the wrong things of life. I'm not really a big fan of the violence. I'm not a big fan of what they put on entertainment. I'm not.
Yeah, it's changed. It's changed. I remember growing up. You didn't have so much exposure on television. I'll turn the channel down. I'm like, is that regular TV? I remember my mama wouldn't even let us watch Pink Panther. Okay, Pink Panther. I'm like, really? And then, like, when I look at Pink Panther now, I'm like, what was it about Pink Panther, Mama, that we couldn't watch? And then the Benny Hill show. I don't know if you know. I was born in the 70s. Certain shows like that, it was like, no, you get over there and turn the channel. You didn't have the remote control.
Exactly.
You better not be. You don't get caught watching it either.
Mm-hmm.
Look, if Pink Panther was something I couldn't watch in Benny Hill show, Lord heaven forbid what's on television now.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't knock what people do with their creative work. I don't. I commend everybody that works hard. But it's amazing what they're allowing us to see. And the kids are at home like, and you're like, what you watching? Then they go to school and stuff come out their mouth. It's like, where'd you get that from? Well, I got that from this show and that show. And it's like, you wonder why.
And that's what I said. That's what's wrong with our society. That's why I'm not really big on today's entertainment.
Yeah. And see, I love entertainment. I love entertainment. I love movies. I love comics. I love cartoons, you know, and when it gets to the point for me, because I'll watch anything outside of something like extremely explicit. When it gets to the point where I sit there and I say, and it starts affecting my internal because it becomes that disturbing, there's something going on.
But you look at it
now,
I'm looking at the point now, like, we have to change it. It got to be a change, and that's what I'm working on so far. I mean, behind the scenes on my production, my project, you know, things that it to make sense, because like I said, we live in a world with the social media, with which they exploring way too much stuff on social media and other stuff as well. That's why young people are so screwed up right now, because what they see on television and the social media. They don't know between facts or reality.
And some grown folk. Some grown folk, I have to say. I'm like, we're grown. We don't understand right from wrong.
But, like I said, it really comes from the home. It comes from home. Once the home gets structured and has those values and stuff, it'll be better.
So do you have any favorite comics of your own, like from someone else?
I'm a big Marvel DC fan.
What do you like about that?
I mean, I like the old school Marvel DC way. I don't like the new school way.
So what's the difference between comic and Marvel? What's the difference?
I mean, with Marvel, you know, like I said, I like the Stan Lee creations. I like the Steve Ditko, Jack Kirby, their artwork and their writing. But you know, since they're not here no more, they changed it. They changed everything.
Hmm. So what is your favorite Marvel character?
It got to be Iron Man.
Iron Man. Uh-oh. Okay. Okay. We could be cool. I like Iron Man too. What about Iron Man? Is it?
He ripped. I mean, it reminds me too much of me.
Mhm. Oh, shit. Is that good? Terry.
Like I said, it's too much of me in so many ways.
Oh. All right, Mr. T.
Yeah, so it's too much of me. So I already know, you know,
Is that?
I
I don't
like.
know how to take that. I don't know to take that in a good way or bad way.
I say both ways.
Okay, we're gonna leave it like that. He said he a little bit of the Iron Man. Iron Man pretty strong.
Mm-hmm.
He don't play.
I'm very confident of everything I do. That's what people don't understand. And
Okay.
you know, dealing with people that worry, I don't worry. I got confidence.
But that's a good thing.
Right.
Why do you think that is? People worry.
Because when you have that confidence, you know how to get the job done in so many ways. And I know how to get a job done in so many ways in so many areas.
Go ahead. Iron Man. We gonna give you a new name. Well, we gotta change it up. Iron TT. TT Iron.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I don't know. Something we gonna come up with something.
Yeah, we'll figure that one out.
We gonna come up with something. So what about Blade?
That's like my favorite. If it wasn't for Blade, Marvel wouldn't be here. It wasn't from Wesley Snipes playing that character. It was Marvel was not. They said.
Because Blade made it, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I love Blade. I
Oh
really
yeah.
do.
I'm
I do.
trying to figure out how this new one's going to turn out since they rebooted it.
Okay. That's. So do you do most of the writing of the comics, or?
I do the simple stuff. I create the ideas and I have the writers just bring it to life.
Oh, so you the man behind the plan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what inspires you when you are creating these characters?
I don't know. I think of myself. And that's the interest where I think of myself as these characters and bring them to life with the writers. It makes perfect sense.
So I know we talked about you doing some casting, or
Yeah, right
are
now
you
we're
still
doing
casting, or?
no, we're doing the Zoom audition, but right now it's on hold because since we're doing the trailer, we're trying to figure out what parts of the script from the we're going to use for the trailer. So once we figure out what scenes we're going to use for the script, we're going to let people audition for those roles.
Wow. So now, if somebody was interested in booking you or bringing you in for a book signing, are you?
I mean, actually, after we done with the whole film and TV series, we're gonna go to the whole comic book thing as well. So we got lots of plans with these projects and other stuff that's going on.
That is interesting. So what if somebody wanted to call you up and say, Mr. T, Iron TT, Y'all hear that? We saw you live, or we was checking you
I mean,
out, vibing with
actually,
just
hit me
Ben.
up on, like I said, hit me. They could reach out to you, or they could reach out on my IG.
Y'all, I feel special. He said y'all can reach out to me. What? Wait. Iron Man? Iron Man gave me that open pleasure ability. No, on some real stuff. So he said you can reach out. You see him on here on the live, but I'll let him go ahead and share whatever information he wants to share. If you do want to contact him, be respectful, because Iron Man will get you.
Well,
Iron Man ain't nothing nice.
Well, my IG is Junior Hall Charity. That's my IG, and on my Facebook is Charity Hall for Registry Tuesday.
Guys got that? I hope y'all did, because if not, you could just rewind the tape.
Or they could reach out to you and ask you those questions.
Yeah. So is there anybody on your team you would like to acknowledge?
I mean, actually,
we want everybody to get love. We want everybody to get love. So we want
a shout out to my business partner Denny Ann and Willie D, my writers Lawrence, Bobby Nash, Willie D, Denny Ann, the whole gang.
Shout out the whole gang. Y'all hear that? Your TT Iron Man is giving you love. I told y'all, I'm full of laughter. You don't know what's going to come out of my mouth, because I just like to have fun with people and make people feel comfortable when they're talking to me. So I hope you're having a good time.
This is a wonderful interview. I'm humble with it.
You stop that. Don't be making me all happy, making me constantly drink my little juice over here. But that's what it's about. It's about being humble, having fun, shedding light on other people, letting our light shine that we all have inside of us, living out those extended versions of ourselves. Mr. Paul is definitely an example of those extended versions. You heard everything that he is doing, the things that he is grateful for, and what does not stop his journey is he is very passionate, he is very involved, and he ain't playing because he's Iron Man.
It's like
I was so dying to say that.
It's like a 24/7 job. So, hey.
Well, we understand how your opportunities has just blossomed, and they're constantly doing this, and the flowers that you are planting and the roots that are growing from those flowers smell very good.
Who said that?
I can smell them through the line. I don't smell that. I know they smell it.
Hey, I appreciate that.
It's real. I tell people, I meet a lot of people, and they ask me, how do you connect? How do you do this? How do you do this? It's the energy inside. And when you give energy and you love the energy that you have, you're going to be able to be a magnet. And people can't stop that. I don't care what a person is doing. If they're not hurting nobody, hurting me, or just doing something negative and projecting negative energies, I really don't care. I'm happy that you're doing what you are gifted to do. And I want to know about it. I want to help tell people about it. And we have to start being a domino effect to one another. Everybody's
I
not
think
going to
that's the
support you.
whole. I mean, that's a good point because people do not want to share their information or resources to help other people to build what they need to sustain.
Yeah.
Because one, I like sharing my information and my resources because I cannot take this to my grave.
Whew.
So that's why I'm doing it now when I'm still breathing. When the Lord tells me time to go, like I said, I can't take this.
Yeah. And, you know, some people think they can. Some people think that it's a joke when people talk about what they're doing. And the gentleman that I had on before, he and I had that conversation that you look to people to support you. Stop looking. Stop. Just stop. Just know that when you look to yourself and you look in that mirror and you say, "Wow, I did a good
No,
job."
because I think our problem is because we always chasing something, but it's not coming to us.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes it's not coming the way we want it. And they say our time is so different than God's, and
And then I
everybody's
tell
not
people
gonna make it.
it's easy for me because I'm already in this industry. I already got the access. It's easy when you have the access and resource and the power to get what you need to get done.
Mm. So what would you tell somebody that's watching right now that is not in position like you are, who is driving to be the best they can be and really, really want to be in the industry, whether it's acting, entertainment, radio hosts, etc., and they're trying to find a way, but they just really don't have any help or resources. What advice would you give them?
I mean, I tell people it's so easy because our technology, you could Google what you're looking for to
Okay.
make it make sense. You can Google, oh, I want to get a radio broadcast. Google a radio station who's, who will help you build your career in broadcasting. But you got to learn the ropes with broadcasting. While me working at a radio station, I learned the ins and outs, how to produce. Not only how to produce, I ended up with my press credentials. I could say I'm a true journalist because I had those credentials. I did the field work and everything. That's why I'm going to the different direction of film directing and TV talk show.
Yeah, because that's so true. Everything is Google now. Everything you call Siri, Alexa, and just sit back and study. For me, I like to sit back and I kind of find somebody that inspires me. Go on the seminars. They have so many different free seminars these days. LinkedIn. Some of these producers and actors, a lot of people will come live and sit in their lives sometimes and watch them. I got a lot of inspiration from a few people watching them. Debbie Allen, she is always live or she's doing something and she's inspiring. I actually enjoyed one year her birthday. I got to actually meet her and it was the most amazing moment. She's always coming live doing stuff about acting. Erica Alexandra, Kim Fields, um, a lot of people. If you're into music and you want to learn about your old school hip hop R&B artists and things like that, go on and start studying them and just watching some of the information and moves that they give us. It's not that hard, like he said. the social media is a very, very wise and open platform. If you're an actor, just start showing your gifts. TikTok. You know,
I mean, this is the funny part because, especially what I'm doing right now, and I get a lot of actors and actresses, but I keep on trying to tell them this is a different production what I'm doing.
yeah,
Because you got to do the mental and physical work as a superhero or a supervillain.
right. Got my little new cup here drinking. Yeah, you have to. It's a new era. And I think that a lot of people nowadays are very lucky because if this platform was available back when I was like 15, 16 years old, when I was interested in acting and modeling and all that stuff, I probably would have been famous because I would have showed out. You have to find a way to put your work to work. And some people are afraid of tapping into their talent. Everybody has
A
something.
lot of people don't want to bring out their inner selves.
Mm-hmm.
You got to bring out your inner self. I bring out my inner self 24 hours a day.
So, what would you tell a person that's so talented? They know that they're talented, but fear and anxiety keeps them bottled down from allowing.
You gotta let go what's holding you back inside. And people don't understand the inside, your emotions, your feelings, whatever you gotta let that go. You gotta clear yourself on everything to open up to move forward.
Because I know people. I know I was one of them. I was one of those people who would just hold on to the gifts that I was always blessed with, and I was that one person that would say, "I'm not gonna do it, but I'll help you do it," and it was okay if I helped them, but it wasn't okay for me to help myself because a lot of people would say, well, there's no way you're shy. There's no way you're
I'm
not afraid.
gonna share a true story. I'm gonna share a true story. I used to be that quiet, shy type person. A lot of people don't believe it, but yes, I was going shy. I was going quiet.
Same here. Like, I'm scared.
So like I said, till I got older, it was a different. That other person came out.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I had to control the other person because the things I was doing, I had to control the other person, so I had to really shut myself down. But I think I got tired of being the whole quiet, shy person because the other person, I've been that other person, so I was like, okay, let's cut this loose. Boom. It was just accept who I am and what I do.
Right. You know, I think that because when I was growing up, I started off trying, y'all. We had this thing out in Arizona called the Miss Black Arizona pageant. I think I was like, I want to say, don't quote me on my age, 12 or 13. I think I was like 12 or 13, and I got inspired from my oldest sister who was amazing writer. She write poetry, and when I watch her do her poetry, and my oldest cousin, and between both of them, I thought not only was they the most beautiful women in the world to me, but I watched them on stage or I watched them do something, and I'm just sitting there like I was so captivated with their talent, and I'm like, when I grow up, I'm gonna be like my sister. When I grow up, I'm gonna be like my cousin. My cousin would walk on that stage and model and dance, and they talked me into getting into the pageant, and I was terrified. You guys wouldn't even believe how terrified I was. But when
See,
my
my
mother,
uncle there was my biggest influence.
see, but they coached me. They when I look up at them, I couldn't. It was like I can't disappoint them, which I'm glad, but in a sense I'm not, because everything was about trying to please somebody else instead of myself.
I think that was not my problem, because I was always that busybody. I was always that person, and my uncles, my cousins, and it was like my biggest influence. It just added more to the whole situation.
Mm. But fear will get you. Cause when I walked up on that stage trying to model and trying to do my poem, I thought I was gonna pass out, and I had to coach myself, and the only way I was able to do it is the inner parts of me was hearing my cousin speak, and my mom and my sister, and I was like, I have to make them proud, although I'm scared. My legs, it felt like ice was was sitting in the bones of my knees, and I did it, and then I back out, because that really wasn't, being on stage was not something I wanted to do, but I've always wanted to act. I always wanted to model, and I always wanted to be in entertainment, and I was like, there's no way I could do it, so I'm gonna be on another era, and I'm start doing my photography because I'm good, and I can at least be on stage, maybe not the one behind everybody's looking to and asking for autographs, but I can, at least I get there. And the older I got, I say maybe 3 years ago, I got out of those fears. I started getting out of the fears before my husband passed away, and when he passed away, it kind of shut me back down. But after that, 3 years ago, it was somebody, and you guys, this is the God honest truth, and it makes so much sense, because I used to actually have dreams that this man spoke to me, and I've never met him. Okay? And I'm like, why am I dreaming about DJ Kool V and Biz Markie? Why am I dreaming about these people? Like, I'm sitting on the porch in the Bronx on the edge of a seat talking to the DJ, and I never met him, and he's coaching me to say go, and I couldn't hear his voice. Later on in life, I end up actually meeting him, and the same things that he was telling me, he said it, and once he said it, that's when a lot of people start seeing the other portions, the extended versions of me. And I'm like, wow. So never run from your fears, because you're looking at somebody that reigned. And what God had put before me in a dream came to me in reality. Shouts out DJ Kool V. Had came to me in reality, and it allowed me to step into the things that I've really always wanted to do and enjoy doing. So all this seeing me live and all this in media and all that, so I was doing media, but I wasn't doing it on the level that I'm doing it, and I wasn't showing my poetry and my extended versions because I was scared. Y'all would never seen me do this, ever. Don't be afraid, because fear is not of God. Fear is not of God. So do what you love to do, like Mr. Iron Man, or he get y'all through this screen. We all got a journey, we all got a story. Find something or somebody to be your inspiration. If a dream comes to you, take heed in it, because the dream is sometimes kind of guiding you to where you're supposed to go.
Yeah, she was awesome.
That's such a true story.
I
That
gotta
is
get
such
ready
a
for
true story.
my show tomorrow on Facebook Live, so I gotta get ready for that tomorrow as well.
You're getting ready for
Oh, yes, I have a
another.
Facebook show, a Facebook Live show called TNT Podcast with Tanya and Purple Rain. So definitely getting ready for that tomorrow. So that's going to be an interesting show tomorrow.
So
I
tell
would
them
definitely go
how
give you. I'm definitely
how would they
going to
find
give
you
you a
on
shout out
Facebook?
tomorrow on my show. So yeah.
Aw, go ahead and let them know how to come to your Facebook. Because what if someone wants to come and check that out?
Actually, my Facebook page is Terry T. Hall Jr. and parentheses it have DJ on it, so you can't miss that part. So definitely, that's my Facebook page.
And how often do you do your shows on
It's
Facebook?
every Thursday.
Y'all hear that every Thursday night. Um, what what time zone are you in?
Actually, since I'm in Chicago, it come on 12 noon.
Okay, so if you guys have the opportunity to ever chime in on his uh, broadcast on Facebook, it would be greatly appreciated. Show some love, be respectful, people, please. If you are negative, please don't. We want to encourage positive people to come. I try to say that because sometimes people can be very mean. They'll come on and they'll say something negative, and you're like,
I don't really pay attention to that for so many reasons.
so I am asking on the behalf of TT Iron Man. Let's show some love and some support. And until then, we're going to go ahead and
I think we should do
Mr. Hall
a part. We should do a part 2 on this interview for real.
Oh, what? Terry want to do a part 2 on his end.
Yeah.
We could do a part 2.
All right then.
I will be on your live next time.
Oh, we'll talk about that.
Okay. I feel honored, Terry. So we are going to close it. Is there anything which you like to share in closing to anybody that sees this? If not,
everything's good. Like I said, thank you for having me on here, and me being honored and humble, just sharing information that people need to hear.
all right. Now we're gonna go ahead and let Mr. Iron Man get to his hero status of adjustment. I'm gonna let y'all figure that one out. And thank you for sharing all the great information today.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for having me.
It has been a great pleasure. I'm glad to have you. And I'm sure you and I will be talking really soon. And
oh yeah.
We're going to say we don't do byes. So we're going to say I will see you later. Bye.
All right, then. I'll see you later.
Okay, Mr. Hall. Thank you. God bless.
All right. Same here. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, we are done. We are done. Thank you guys for joining us. We will be back with some other people. And until then, keep being extraordinary. Keep living life. Keep shining. Keep growing. And just keep the faith. And know that we all have extended versions that we need to share, whether it's to ourselves or to the